from firing their weapons. This was also achieved by the application of people's power because
succeed without the support of the people.
There has never been a single dictator in history that has lived forever.
Kami ang napapagamit sa inyo! Kami ang napapaaral sa inyong mga anak! Kung ito ang ikakamatay ng maliit ninyong lingkod at alipin na si Magsaysay!
There are 3 qualifications to become president. Academic excellence.
I can use. Sanay naman ako mangopya. Grade 1, nagkokopya na po ako. Maraming salamat po.
In pre-colonial Philippines, society was organized into small groups called the barangays. Each barangay was led by a datu, who served as the leader, lawmakers, and protectors. He was guided by the elders, and together they enforced customarities. People were divided into 2 classes, the datu and the nobles, the alipin or dependent, and the freemen or tumao. Barangays were independent but could form alliances through trade, marriages, and blood couples. Overall, government was decentralized, community-based, and centered on loyalty to the datu.
During the Spanish colonization, the Philippines was ruled through a centralized system, with the King of Spain, King Philip II, governing via the powerful Governor-General in Manila. Local officials managed towns, while the Catholic Church played a major role in both spiritual and political control. However, the system was abusive. Filipinos endured forced labor, heavy taxes, and friar dominance. This injustice sparked Filipino nationalism. The 1872 execution of Conversa, and the rise of the propaganda movement led by Rizal and others called for reforms. When these were denied, revolutionary groups like the Katipunan led by Andres Bonifacio and began the Philippine Revolution in 1896, uniting Filipinos in the fight for independence.
The first Philippine Republic was on January 23, 1899. Carlos Constitution in Bulacan. It was the first democratic republic as Asia, with Emilio Aguinaldo as president. The government had 3 branches: executive, legislative, and judiciary. And it guaranteed civil rights and the separation of church and state. However, the republic was short-lived because of the Philippine-American War, which ended its existence. During the American period, on 1889 to 1930, after took control of the Philippines in 1998, the country shifted to the civil government. This introduced centralized administration. Governor Central General gradually allowed Filipinos limited for themselves. Assembly in the Philippine legislature under the law of 1996. It also brought at public education, democratic institutions, and political reforms.
The Commonwealth Government 1935 to 1946. The Commonwealth of the Philippines was established in 1935 under President Manuel L. Quezon following the Tidings-McDuffie Act. The 1935 Constitution created a strong executive, legislature, and independent judiciary. The government focused on nation-building, economic development, and social reforms, and preparing for full independence. Although the U.S. still controlled foreign policy and defense, the Commonwealth marked a crucial step forward. The Philippines' eventual independence, 1946.
After gaining full independence from the United States on July 4, 1946, the Philippines established a democratic government under the 1947 Constitution, modeled on the U.S. system with executive and judicial. The post-independence period focused on rebuilding the country, economics, and national.
In 1972 to 1981, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Sr. declared martial law, claiming it was necessary to suppress rebellion and maintain order. This allowed him to centralize, dissolve Congress, control the media, and rule by decree. Civil liberties were restricted, political opposition was silenced, and widespread human rights abuses and corruption marked this period.
Politics, restoration of democracy, strengthening of institutions, and ongoing challenges like corruption and political dynasty. Economy, growth by driven services, remittances, and foreign investment with efforts to address poverty and inequality. Society, changes in family structures, cultural norms, and values with a growing focus on human rights and social justice. This development have shaped the country trajectory and continue to influence its path forward.